Look at that. What time is it right now actually? It's 6:33 in the morning and I'm going for a run this morning. Also hello, sorry I'm starting this so chaotic. Yeah, today I have some time, so I was thinking amazing day, making some really yum food, and I actually have the time to record everything. So I thought this is like the perfect day to do what I did today. I think today the goal for the run is more than 5 but less than 10. But as usual, we have to fuel, and I've sliced up some banana with almond butter, honey, and flaky sea salt. And that's always delicious. This is so random, but I love brands that put effort into their like product look and stuff. Obviously more important that the product is good. I like how this from Man Life, this is the almond butter. Looks quite, is it retro I guess, or like old packaging if that makes sense. Also the tub size is more squashed down. I really like that because compared to the old one, which I still have, like it is kind of the same, but it also looks different. Or am I being crazy? I think it's the color and just the shape of the tin that feels like it's kind of old school. And I really like that. Sorry, so early for this conversation. And of course, have my coffee. I decided that today will be a good day. Delicious. I actually need to order more Nespresso pods. I think I'm on my last sleeve. Is there any flavors you guys like? Let me know. So I had to do fit checks with horizontal camera. This is such a bad running outfit, but it's just what I picked out in the morning. I'm wearing 3 different brands. This is a Gymshark top A6 long sleeve, which I really like. I got this on a sale a few years ago, and it's so comfortable. It's very silky and just falls on the skin. It's really nice when you're running. I am wearing Nike shorts. I love these ones. These are, I think, the dry fit ones. These socks are the socks I used since I first started running. Remember, my friend actually got me a pack of 3 when I started running. So when those were, I bought like a pack of 6. They're really good. Obviously, not running in my Bostons. I'm wearing my A6 Nova Blast 5, which I wore my whole marathon block and were really comfortable. Yeah, either way. So I'm gonna put those on and we're gonna get on this run. Hey guys, time for breakfast. As you can see, run was good, went over 6K, so happy with that. But today, this morning, we're making a really delicious breakfast. We're making raspberry white chocolate baked oats. Good way to use up overripe bananas like this one. I haven't made this in a while, but I do have a bag of raspberries in the freezer that I should start using up. Let's get into it. So we're gonna start with the wet ingredients. So you need your banana, of course, and a bowl. You only need half your banana, around that much. And then you just wanna mash this up. Wait, before you do that, I almost forgot. You need to preheat your oven to 170 degrees C fan, and if you don't have fan, 180 degrees C. We're gonna go in with the rest of our wet ingredients. So you wanna add in half a cup of milk, a tablespoon of maple syrup, and around half a teaspoon of vanilla extract. And then just give all of that a really good mix so it comes together. Cool, our wet mixture is done, so we can move on to our dry mix. You can obviously do this in one bowl, but I just prefer to do it like this. Obviously, we have our oats. I'm using jumbo oats because I just prefer them and they cook really well. They're also really great at absorbing the liquid. So you're gonna go in with your oats, cinnamon, salt, baking powder, and I'm also gonna chop in a few almonds and add those in there just to give it some texture. I really like texture in oats, so if you're a texture person, definitely add them in. Also, gonna go in with half a tablespoon of flaxseed and half a tablespoon of chia seeds. I think you know what comes next. Mix your wet ingredients into your dry ingredients and give it a really good mix until everything is well combined. Cool, now for the fun part, which is we're gonna put our add-ins, which is frozen raspberries and white chocolate chips. Honestly, put as many as you want of these, and I would put around 2 to 3 tablespoons of frozen raspberries. The reason I go with frozen instead of fresh is frozen just bakes better, but if you go with fresh, that's fine. Maybe mix the fresh ones into the dried mixture, so it just gets a bit of coating so they don't just all sink to the bottom. Fold them in gently, and then we can prep it to bake. All right, this is looking good. You can finish off by topping with a few more raspberries. And of course some white chocolate chips. We're gonna put this in the oven and bake it for around 25 to 30 minutes. Alright, cool. In the meantime, I'm just gonna clean up and I think make myself a cup of tea. And I'll probably just do my notes now because I have a bit of time. Oh, this looks good, guys. It also smells so good. I don't know why white chocolate and raspberries go well together, but the smell they make when they're cooked is so good. We're gonna go in with some toppings. You can go with any toppings you want. You can add Greek yogurt, maple syrup, but I'm just gonna go with a drizzle of almond butter. I'm using this Man Life one, which I really like I said this morning. You want to let this sit for around 5 minutes before digging in, and it will just allow it to set really nicely and even taste better. I'm also going to use the second half of my banana because I don't want it to go to waste, so I'm just going to slice. This smells so good. I'm so glad I added the almonds. They're so good. And the raspberries are really nice. They're not too like sour. That's delicious. Yeah, I see. Hey guys, how we doing? I feel like the morning went so quickly. The weather has gone through so many changes. It was cloudy, it's rained, the sun is now out and the sky is blue, which is amazing. I was just watering some of the herbs I've been growing. I'm gonna use spring onions for this recipe, but let me show you the update on them. I think it was last vlog or 2 vlogs ago, potted the basil. This one's doing pretty well, I think. The bottom leaves keep on falling out, but then the top ones keep on growing really well. So I don't know what's up with that, but if you know, let me know. This one, do you remember? It was so tiny. It's doing so well. It's grown quite a lot because it's only been like 2 weeks or so. Determined to grow this herb garden. I've got a small plant of coriander, which I actually need to pot. It's just still in its little casing. I might do that today afternoon, especially because the sun is out. It's looking really good. And then once these propagate, I will also pot those up. But today, right now, we just need the spring onions. We also need them for dinner. I'm so excited for dinner because it's a recipe I tried 2 weeks ago, a week ago, and it's delicious. So it's ready to be shared. So I'm gonna share it with you guys tonight. Either way, enough about that. Let's make lunch because I'm quite hungry. A single serve egg taco. I only did this because the only carb I had in the house was a taco. I didn't have a bagel or toast or bread, and I just had the single taco sitting in the fridge. I put it in the pan on top of my egg and I made this delicious egg taco thing, and then I've been consistently making that for lunch, so I keep on buying these. Crasta Mojica, I want to say. They're so good. We're going to start with the most important ingredient, obviously, which is eggs, and I'm going to use 2 large eggs. So you just want to crack 2 large eggs into a bowl and whisk them until they're nice and smooth. Once that's done, we're going to chop up some veg and add in some spices into the egg. You want to go in with a nice small bunch of coriander, 1 sprig of spring onions, the whites and the greens. Once that's chopped, add it into your eggs with a splash of milk, a teaspoon of paprika, a nice pinch of salt, some ground black pepper, and a drizzle of olive oil. Whisk it all together until it forms a nice smooth mixture. This is optional, but it adds a lot of flavor. I like going in with a bit of whole grain mustard, or you can just use plain Dijon mustard. And I also go in with a bit of hot sauce, and then just give that a whisk. so everything is nicely combined. Our egg mixture is ready, so now we can move over to the gas and cook our egg. Heat up a small flat pan on a medium to high heat. Once the pan is warm, add a bit of olive oil and take the heat down to low. Pour the egg mixture in and gently swirl the egg round, form a nice thin omelette. Place your tortilla on top, press down slightly, and then place the lid on top. Allow the egg to cook for a good 5 to 8 minutes. Cool. Our egg and tortilla is cooking now, so before I need to flip it, I'm just gonna make a simple salad. I got this ottolenghi honey mustard dressing and it's delicious. I tried some. So I'm just gonna do a simple lettuce salad where I chop up the lettuce really fine, mix it in with the dressing, and that's it. I've been having the carrot juice we made continuously. I only have it once a day, but I go through it pretty quickly. I'm gonna have some with my lunch today. It tastes better even over ice, like obviously chilled from the fridge, but over ice is really good. Cool, it's time to flip our egg. Remove the lid, shake the omelette slightly. If it releases from the surface, it's ready to flip. Once you flip it, add a bit of cheese, put the lid back on and allow the tortilla to crisp up, and then it's ready. Okay, cool. This is ready now. What you want to do is just take the lid off. Just take one half and fold it over the other half and press down so it seals with the cheese. That smells and looks delicious. I'm saying that like I've not had it so many times. That's your single egg taco, which looks incredible. That is lunch and it looks really good. Added jalapenos, pickled onions, our lettuce salad, cherry peppers stuffed with I think feta or mozzarella, I don't know, and some olives. Delicious. You see how soft that is? And I think that's because if you fluff up your eggs really well, but also adding the milk gives it that extra moisture. It's so good. Oh, do you remember this? Talking about pickles, a friend told me a really good place to get pickles is at Polish stores. We have quite a few around here. So today after the run, I picked up this jar of pickles. I think I got overwhelmed and just picked what felt safe. So I just got normal sandwich cucumber pickles. It might just be a normal boring pickle. I like how they've chopped it up. Work smart, not hard. Okay. That is huge. Mmm. Less on the pickly side, more on the sweeter side, but I like the texture. Cool. I'm gonna read my book and eat lunch for a bit. Started a new book, guys. I obviously finished Pachinko. Amazing. Definitely recommend. And then it took me a while to find a book I wanted to read. And I went down a bit of rabbit hole. It's a book called Tuesdays with Maury. And it's basically a former student reconnecting with their former professor. But this professor is obviously quite old now. He meets him every Tuesday in his office like they used to at college. Professor Maury is giving like this kid life advice and stuff. So I think it's gonna be quite touching. So I'm excited for that. Hey guys, just came down. It's around, what time is it? Like 4 to get a bit of a snack. And I completely missed the shot of pouring the granola, which is kind of annoying. But that keeps on happening sometimes when I record. I think because I just get in the zone of making the dish and then sometimes I just forget to hit record, which I think is pretty normal. We have a yogurt bowl with Greek yogurt, granola, the homemade one, chopped strawberries, honey and flaky sea salt, and it looks really yummy. Granola's done. This is literally the last bit that I got in. That's why it looks so crumbled. I feel like I made a yogurt bowl for the last what I eat in a day. To be honest, it's a very common snack for me, so I just kind of alternate the toppings and stuff, except this time I have strawberries again. I have a slight beef with strawberries. I love them and I love them in a yogurt bowl. I just hate how inconsistent the flavor is. Like, you know, when you have a mango, you know exactly what to expect, but with a strawberry it's like once in a while, but it's fine. I'll take them. Of course, have some tea. This is the biscuit one from M&S. Delicious. I limit myself to one a day. Yum. Someone commented that I should swap out all the spices in my homemade granola and just replace them with chai mix, like masala chai mix. And I might take them up on that. I was thinking even alternating the almond butter for peanut butter. So it's like a masala chai, peanut butter, granola. Because that sounds so good. I love peanut butter and I love chai. I'm gonna go finish up some work and I'll see you at dinner. Hey guys, good evening. We're making some dinner now. I know this looks like a lot and it is a lot, but I promise the meal is actually quite simple. It just has a lot of ingredients. Korean inspired crispy chicken burger with a slaw and a cucumber pickle. For sides, you can go with anything you'd like fries, baked potatoes, roast potatoes. I'm going with baked sweet potato because I have some sweet potatoes that I need to use up, and I've already put them baking in the oven just because I was actually on FaceTime with Badal and I just wanted to get on because I didn't want to eat dinner too late. So they're in the oven. I just simply cut them in half, olive oil, poke some holes in there with a fork, salt, pepper, in the oven at 200 degrees C, 20 minutes, get them out, give them a bit of a brush, and then back in for 20 minutes. That's it. We're gonna start with our slaw, and I'm just gonna make a simple carrot slaw. I have this grated carrot left over, which is what I'm going to use for the slaw, but you can use white cabbage or a mix of carrot and cabbage that's grated. For the slaw, you just want to add mayonnaise, a pinch of salt, rice wine vinegar, some maple syrup or sugar into your carrots. Give that a mix and place it in the fridge. Cool. I decided to add a Greek yogurt as well into mine, so you can do the same. I just like how it tastes. I'm gonna put this in the fridge to start chilling, and then we can prep the cucumber pickle. For the cucumber pickle, you want really thin slices, so I'm gonna use a mandolin. Slice the cucumber straight into the tin you're gonna use. Using this thing is so satisfying when slicing a cucumber. To your sliced cucumber, you want to add some soy sauce, rice wine vinegar, maple syrup, some chili flakes, salt, pepper, and 1 sliced up spring onion. And then just give this a really good shake. And then set this in the fridge and it can start marinating, and then it'll taste really good by the time we have our burger. Alright, perfect timing. Our sweet potatoes are done. You want to keep your oven preheated to 200 degrees C for the burgers, unless you have an air fryer or if you want to deep fry your chicken. With the chicken, I just have 4 chicken thighs here. And the first thing you want to do is flatten these out a bit. It allows it to cook quicker and you get a crispier outer edge, but also it fits nicely into the burger. Unless you have a meat mallet or you can use a pan, I just use a rolling pin and you just want to go at it for a few seconds. That is beautiful. That's a nice thickness. Next, we're going to make our coating mixture, and this is what's going to give the chicken a nice crispiness when we bake it. For our coating mixture, we're going to mix together corn flour, plain flour, breadcrumbs, salt, sesame seeds, black pepper, paprika powder, and some mixed herbs. Give that all a good mix so it's nicely combined. And while you're at it, just whisk together an egg until it's nice and smooth. This is the fun part now. We're gonna coat our chicken. You wanna get chicken thighs, flip that in some egg, then into your flour mixture. Make sure you nicely press that all over and onto your baking rack or your baking tray. These are our coated chicken thighs. I put them on 2 separate trays because I want enough space between them. You don't want them squashed against each other, otherwise you'll get a lot of moisture and liquid and they won't be as crispy. We're gonna go on with some olive oil or vegetable oil. Okay, our chicken thighs are ready to be baked. Bake for 20 to 25 minutes, flipping halfway through until the chicken is golden crisp and cooked through. Cool, while those are baking, we can prep our gochujang honey sauce, and that's what we're gonna use to coat the chicken. For the sauce, you want to mix together gochujang, honey, soy sauce, sesame oil, and grated garlic. Give that a stir and then warm it up slightly in the microwave or on the gas. I prefer doing this on a pan as it creates a smoother and glossier sauce. You don't want to overcook the sauce though. You're not trying to get it to a boil. You just want it to come together and become a bit loose. Whoa, chicken is looking good. Halfway point, so you just want to flip it. If you have a rack like this, it can get stuck, so I get a spatula or a wooden spoon. And you just want to get under it and just push hard, and it should come up really easily. And then flip. And then we're going to get these back in the oven for around 12 to 13 minutes. Oh wow. These are looking nice and crispy. You just want to get this off the tray or the racks, get them in the gochujang sauce. Lightly mix everything with some sesame seeds and dill so that the gochujang sauce nicely coats your chicken thighs. Alright, let's put this burger together. I have a brioche bun here. You can use any burger bun you want, but I love a brioche. And I've just lathered that up with some Kewpie mayo. First thing you want to go in with is some lettuce. Kind of acts like a seal. Your chicken thigh. I'm gonna go in with some of that gochujang sauce. And then of course, our slaw and pickles. I'm gonna go in with a few of the cucumbers. And that carrot slaw. My mouth is watering, that looks so good. And of course, I have my sweet potato, but you can go with any carb that you'd like. You know what would go perfectly with this? Chili oil. But I've run out of chili crisps. This is definitely a hefty burger, look at that. I'm a cut your burger in half kind of person, so you want to get a good cross section. Oh, beautiful. Wow, that looks good. This is about to be messy. I'm gonna take my first bite because I'm really hungry. That is so good. This is the second week I'm having this. I made it last week, and I think this week it's come out better. This was excellent.